So the big news of the day is this McCarthy vote. And I can't think of a better example of why states should seriously consider being more sovereign and independent, having a political secession. You can do it peacefully. But if Washington, D.C. can't get its act together, I think it's time the states seriously consider going back to the roots of being sovereign and independent, which was the original game plan from the get-go. But since we are talking about this, what exactly does the Speaker do? Well, the Speaker of the House is responsible for administering the oath of office to the members of the U.S. House of Representatives, giving members permission to speak on the House floor, designating members to serve as Speaker pro tempore, counting and declaring all votes, appointing members to the committees, sending bills, etc., etc. So that's the job of the Speaker. Now, as it sits, Kevin McCarthy is going against this Democrat, Jeffries. And Jeffries currently has 212 votes, McCarthy 201. So McCarthy needs, I think, 218, 220 to win, and you have about 20 Republicans that are bucking the trend here, that aren't voting for McCarthy. And I just saw this on Fox News. Mark Thiessen, Washington Post columnist, just called the Trump MAGA movement backward. Now, I'll tell you what's backward. It's Washington, D.C. Now, I didn't vote for Trump, and you may have not voted for Trump. You may think the guy's a POS, think he's a little brash, okay, but you can't deny that he did some good things for the country. And we got something different with Trump than we did with your run-of-the-mill politician like Kevin McCarthy. It's Hakeem Jeffries. I couldn't remember the first name. I had it written down. Isn't that sad? Write down these notes and I can't read my own notes. Can't read my own notes. I'm doing this in one take again. I've got to leave in a few minutes for work for a meeting on my day off. Ugh. Don't you hate that? The plight of the average man. But seriously, folks, I think this idea of political secession is something that we should really be talking about in 2023. Am I saying this because I want to divide the country? Well, no, but we were never a country to begin with. We were a confederation of states that had common interest. Now, this type of stalemate, what's going on in Congress, because now they're up to vote number 5 on this. This type of stalemate hasn't happened in 100 years, since 1923. But Trump posted this on Truth Social because, as you're watching the media cover this, watching this all unfold, they're blaming Trump and saying that Trump is becoming less and less of an influence in Washington, D.C., which leads to the theory, and I've heard this floating around here on YouTube, that the Republicans might come up with some type of dark horse candidate that they want running for Conservative Inc. So this is what former President Trump said on his Truth Social site. Some really good conversations took place last night, Trump said, and it's now time for all of our great Republican House members to vote for, for Kevin, close the deal, take the victory, and watch crazy Nancy Pelosi fly back home to a very broken California, the only speaker in U.S. history to have lost the House twice. I know they're saying, yeah, well, look at Trump. He lost twice in the election. 3 times. Well, I'm not going to discount Trump. Because usually what happens is they become people like Trump, who get dissed by D.C., who you don't hear from very often. In an election cycle, if they're seriously considering running for office, they make some type of major comeback. And I think that's what's going to happen with Trump. And I think, I could be wrong here, I think that in 2024, we could possibly see Trump go against Kamala Harris. Call me crazy, but that's what I'm seeing in 2024. Because I don't think Biden's going to make it through most of this year. I don't think physically, mentally he can make it through the year. So he might have to step down. I mean, that's just my prediction. But this is a good thing, folks. Don't get scared here. This is a really good thing when you see all this chaos in Washington, D.C., because it means the less government does, the better off you are. The less work they do, the better off you are. Because the more government gets involved in something, they mess it up. As the old saying goes, if it ain't broke, government will find a way to fix it till it is. So a really quick video here today. I want to talk about this, what's going on in D.C., this chaos on the House floor, this McCarthy vote. But don't worry, folks. We'll survive this. We always have. And I really think, as I was saying earlier, I really think it's time we think about a political secession if D.C. can't get its act together. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. Thank you for letting me work my way through this. Don't mean to clear my throat, but I'm just waking up and trying to get ready here for this meeting at work. So I'll catch you next time. This is the Cultural Confederacy saying peace out, stay safe. God bless this thing we call the United States. And remember, everybody, you have to preserve the past to understand the present. Catch you next time.